Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live on the Closers University YouTube channel. Just let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys can. Here we go. Here we go. We are live. Okay. Welcome for class 4 of the Closers University live sales calls breakdowns, our live masterclass breakdowns. I just need someone in my masterclass group to let me know that they are live and they can hear me and see me well. Okay, we are already in. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing today, guys, is something different to what we've previously done. What we're going to be doing right now is I'm going to be breaking down a live sales call. Now, I'm going to give you guys some context. Let me actually go in and share my screen. Right now, I was like in two minds. I was like, which one shall I share with the guys? Which one shall I go through? And then I was like, screw it. Let me just go with this one because the other one was on YouTube already. And I was thinking whether or not. So let me know in the comments if you guys can see my screen. It's of my shining bald head taking notes. This is one thing that you're gonna see and learn from me as well. It's like what I preach what I practice. I practice what I preach. Is what you write down is what you remember. And I was in two minds. I was like, should I send this call or should I send the other call? And what I decided to do was I was like, you know what? I'll do both. I'll do both, but I'll do this one for now, and then we'll go on to the next one. So guys, if you're in the masterclass group, just let me know that if you guys can see my screen. If you guys can see my screen, and then we can just go dive right in, and then I can break down to you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it as well. Okay, cool. So you guys can see my screen. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you guys have been working with me for quite some time, you'll probably know that I'm the worst when it comes to tech. And it takes me a minute to set up tech. And this is the first time that I'm gonna be
doing great. I see.
Okay, cool. So you guys can see my screen. Okay, it's the first time that I'm sharing my screen and actually reviewing a sales call. I've had many sales calls that are uploaded to my YouTube channel that you guys can review, etc. But there's this one I wanted to talk over and I wanted to give you guys an insight into what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So look, just to give you some context, this was a Amazon offer. So it was a B2C. It was a B2C offer. And it was a brand new offer for a well-known influencer who was starting out, a brand new team. As you guys know, your boy is the man when it comes to building out brand new sales teams from scratch and scaling them to multi-million dollars a month. And so we did with this offer as well. We had multiple other offers on this as well. The most I closed on this offer was $250,000 in a single month on a 4K and a 9K offer. So the way that we used to work with them. So it was a partial done for you / done with you program. So it wasn't 100% done for you, but it wasn't 100% DIY or done with you as well. The customers would come on to our Zoom call by literally they'll just see an ad. This I had no setters. They would see an okay. Before I go into that, the offer was it was an Amazon. It was a done with you Amazon offer where we picked out the products. and we help them launch an Amazon business. Now, the prospects, they would see an ad, like a Facebook ad, YouTube ad. They'd see the ad, they'd go into the VSL, and they'll just book the call. They'd book the call, and the call would come directly onto my calendar. Now, the moment it came onto my calendar, we had no setters. We had no setters. So I was doing the setting and the closing. So I was the one, and I had no automations as well, by the way, guys. Zero automations, because I did not like what the automations that the current the team were doing, and because Kevin rolled his dice with me and took a chance on me, he just let me do things the way I wanted to do, and I just said, look, I'll turn off all automations on mine. On my clients, I'm gonna message them. I'll send them my messages, etc. And they let me do this. And then eventually, my messages, etc., and whatever. I went from the closer to being the VP of sales, and they started following my methods and practices. So I used to message the prospect as soon as the lead comes into my funnel. Now, obviously, I didn't message the people that had come on my calendar like late at night. Even though I would work until like 5 a.m. UK time, which was like midnight Eastern. So I'd get a majority of my leads. The moment the lead would come in, I would send them a welcome message that, hey, your call has been booked. And action required. And what it would mean was I would get them to do pre-call material. I would have them go through pre-call material before they get on the call. So they were versed with the offer, they saw testimonials, and they dropped me a confirmation text to say they've reviewed the material and they're ready for the call. Sometimes I used to send the price before the call, sometimes I used to send the price. I never used to send the price. The moment they come in, now look, guys, what I'm gonna break down to you with you guys over here is how I came onto this offer brand new, and I started making I cracked my first $20,000 a month on this offer. On this particular call, within the call, I closed the client, I think within like 26 minutes or something. You'll see when I start taking, well, I don't even take the payment. I send the link to him and he takes the payment. Now, on this offer, I would make anywhere between, if it was a 5K offer, because I was number one on the team. So the way it worked was if you came number one out of all the sales closers, you would make 20% commissions. So every month, everyone had the opportunity. Whoever brought in the most revenue got 20%. And obviously, your boy was always number one on the offer. So I made 20% on my deal. So if the deal size was $5,000, I was making $1,000. If the deal size was $10,000, I was making $2,000. This particular call, I used to always pitch the 10K offer, and then I'd like not objection handle. I'll see where they're at, and like if they can't afford 10,000, I'd go with the 5,000, because I knew on the $10,000 offer, not only am I going to make maximum money, they're going to get maximum support as well. So the lowest I'd make on these calls was $1,000. So between $1,000 and $2,000, I got paid per conversation that converted into a sale. Now, at times, let's just to give you some context, because I need to prepare you for these calls. Because yeah, you may land these closer opportunities, but hey, you need to prepare yourself for success. So you need to get ready. So I had the conversation with my wife. Yo, don't mess with me for 90 days. I'll get you whatever you want. So I cleared I got her on my side. I cleared my calendar. If this is the first random call that you just jumping across, I don't know where you've been. Subscribe to the Closers University, because I'm about to change 50,000 people's lives over the course of the next 24 months, 12 to 24 months. This community is going to grow to 50,000 people. I've already trained, managed, coached, developed, countless people to tens of thousands of dollars a month. But right now, we took a break off. We were off for about 2 years. And right now, I'm about to shake up this industry. The amount of knowledge that I'm going to be dropping on these calls, these lives, these Zoom calls that we're going to have is going to be like no other. You're going to learn from someone that's not only walked the walk himself, but has had countless people walk his walk and make tens of thousands of dollars. Not someone that's just a one-hit wonder that's just done it once or twice and that's it. I've done it multiple times over across multiple niches. I've taken people from beginners and made them household names into companies. So I know what I'm talking about, guys. So, and I'm giving you guys the sources, the nuggets, and everything you need to win in this space. So once you've got your partner on board, you've done that. Now you need to clear your schedule, because look, I'm gonna show this book again. Where is it? The One Thing. Guys, get this book or even listen to it on YouTube. I swear it will change the game for you. Just the title, The One Thing. I honed in on the one thing. High ticket sales is what I'm gonna do. Everything else to the side. Now, of course, I incorporated my prayers within, like my work was incorporated around my prayers. So I'd pray. I was still praying 5 times a day. Not all the time at the mosque, but I would minimum do my 5 daily prayers with the additional prayers on it as well. And at times I do the Monday and Thursday fast as well. These were like the keys to my success. And like I just used to be like, if I'm going to do everything that God wants me to do, and then of course one day He's going to feel sorry for me and He's going to just bless me with high ticket income. Uh, so anyways, so now I'm on the offer now. We're on the offer and I've cleared my schedule. I'm only doing this. I lock away cricket, boxing, chilling, going out, everything. Bam. I hone in here and I'm clear my diary to work minimum 12 to sometimes 16 hours a day. But minimum it was 12, it was 12 on the calendar. It was minimum 12 on the calendar. And then like the additional hours were like follow-ups, etc. and whatever, and like staying behind at the end of the day, just make sure I'm reconnecting with everyone and I'm getting ready for the next day and sending out messages, etc. So that's that. And then also like you wanna, before you go live on an offer, you need to know everything about the offer. You need to know who have we helped? What's the mission? Who is the company? Who is the founder behind the company? Any testimonials? What does the offer actually do? Are they fulfilling on what they're doing? Like speak to the coaches. I used to talk regularly with Justin, the coach. I regularly used to speak with him and like, what results he's getting and how he's helping people. So, and that gave me even more confidence that, when I'm passing them over to the coach, I know who's looking after them. Justin used to go above and beyond for the guys as well. So now get that. You want to get that dialed in. But look, without further ado, I just want to hit play and I want to show you like what I'm thinking. Like as you guys can see in my bold head over here right now, I'm actually taking notes. Like the way I used to plan things was so I'd have notebooks like this. And at the top over here, I'll show you. Like today is the 18th of May. So I would write 18th May. And so I'll write the date and then the year 2026. And I have it written literally like that on every, and then you know what I'll do just to add like color or whatever. Where the hell are my highlighters gone, man? Can't find. Okay, so I always have a pack of highlighters on my table and I'm annoyed I can't find them right now. But so I'll get the highlighters. Oh no, found them. So I'd get the highlighter. I do this weird stuff, man. And you know what I'd do? Just so it stands out, I would go over what I've written. So, when I'm flicking through my follow-ups, and if I'm finding someone that I spoke to 6 months down the line, because this was in a hardback notebook, you could, like, even today, if you said to me, Jabran, when you were at Kevin David's offer, the Amazon offer, like, I know the months that I crushed it, where like between March and April, I knew on average. So I used to push for a result a day. For me, a result was a close. So I was like, I'll close a day, close a day. That was the month, ironically, I made, north of £50,000 in a single month in commissions. I used to push for a result a day. And what is it? What is the result? For me, it was a close, like one close. We used to call it a close. And I would get anywhere between one and like, I think it was at 4, 5, sometimes 7 closes in a day. I think the most I got in one day was like 6 or 7. I can't fully remember, but like minimum I'd get one. On average, I'd get 3 or 4 closes in a day. So there'd be days where I'd make, anywhere from 1,000 to, 2,000 and beyond every single month. Now, that's how it looks. So you could tell me, Jabran, in the month of April, like how many people did you close on the 18th of April? I could go to the page of 18th of April because I list on the side, like literally on the side, I'd write down, I'd like put a star there. I'll show you an example. So I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm speaking to John Miller. So this is what I'm doing right now. Before I even go live on the call, some of you guys are missing this, but before I go live on the call right now, I'm writing this guy's name on the paper before I start speaking to him. That's why like it looks weird on the sales call, but I didn't realize this as well. So look, I've wrote down I'm speaking to John Miller. Now I'm speaking to him, and then like now, so I'm getting ready. So because my calls were back to back, man, I'd speak to people back to back, 2 calls an hour. Sometimes I'd go over on the call, so I was quickly rushing or whatever. So this is what I'm doing literally right now.
You're all fired up and ready and getting set for your Amazon business.
Yep.
Awesome, perfect. Mm-hmm. How's that been going for you?
Overall, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, but it's been difficult because I don't really know what to do. It's a bit overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'd like some. I'm kind of looking for.
So imagine now I've opened up the conversation with him, and you could tell right away. Who could tell right away, or who could actually relate to that? Okay, this guy seems a bit, he's not the most. If you guys know about the personality types as well, like he seems like an urchin. Now, look, some urchins, once they've made the decision, they're already in as well. Now, with this guy, when I teach you the meeting before the meeting, where you're communicating with them before the sales calls, I've already had that with this guy. So I already know he's eager. And I compliment him as well at one point, and you're going to see that as well. So I already know before the meeting he's already eager, but then as he's got on the call, like he's not giving me the answers that I'm looking for. And you'll see this, and this is where I'm starting to dig deep. So you'll see it now. I'm going to let it run, and then you'll see what I mean.
For a mentor or someone to take me through it, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Got you. And it's the best. It's the best, quickest, and I guess you rather not make mistakes that obviously cost you as well. And a lot of people lose a lot of money even if they just do one thing wrong. You can lose a lot of money in Amazon as well as in getting the wrong product and in not selling, you following a trend and that trend going out of stops trending. So we kind of try to avoid all of that and everything. So what attracted you to this program specifically?
Now I'm asking him like, what attracted you to this program specifically, so I can get like the more reason behind it, because at the beginning he never really answered what I was really looking for, and like you'll see even right now as well. But what I did at the beginning of the sales call over here right now was reaffirming what he said. Like because before this call I'd already sent him testimonials of who we've helped, how we help people, the PDF document that breaks down the offer, that already broke down everything on how we help you. So that's why he not only mentioned that that's what like he's looking for, I re-emphasized what he said. I don't know if you caught what I just did there.
Justin.
I guess right timing. I saw an ad on Instagram.
It's exactly what happened. It's probably one of the worst answers that he could give, but he was just like, oh, it's just timing. Like, and he's gonna elaborate on it as well. But like I was like, whoa, he's just telling me that he's just saw an ad and he's just come over here right now. But I'm gonna let it run a bit more and then I'll explain.
I was looking at a couple other competitors too, but yeah.
We have no competition. We're the number one in the Amazon space.
Oh.
This is my joke that I do. When I tell you like about my rapport, I want to see like how they take one of my jokes or whatever. So I was a bit cheeky over here, and this would have given me like the clues that I'm looking for. You know how like I said to him, oh, like we have no competition. We're the best in what we do. It's like probably what every salesperson would do or what they would say. But I wanted to throw this there just to see what kind of reaction I get from him. But also as well, like not to kid you or anything, we were at the time the leading name in the Amazon space. There was probably like one other person, but we were like the leading people. And like we had thousands of testimonials. So like literally what I'm saying is because I believe in the program so wholeheartedly.
I thought there was others, but okay.
No, of course there's others. but we're the number one in the Amazon space. Like we're multi 8-figure sellers on Amazon. You can just look at the track record. You know, we have over 130,000 Amazon students that we've personally mentored and coached. We've got tens and thousands of success stories. You're familiar with Kevin David, right?
Yeah, I've seen the videos.
Yeah. So Kevin is by far.
This is me getting an understanding. Like I just asked him, like, you're familiar with Kevin, right? This is just getting me to, position myself to maybe, do I need to let this guy know like who actually Kevin David is? Because if he had known at the time, he'd be like, there's no other competition because well, he's like mentioning two, three others. Like, yeah, of course, there's other people that do Amazon coaching, etc., and whatever. But no one came near Kevin David at that time. Nobody. What Kevin was doing in the Amazon space at that time, nobody was doing. So, and I could tell this guy from what he said to me. Oh, there's two, three other competitors. I knew straight away that maybe I need to just sell this guy a bit more on this, and that's why, like, I mentioned what I'm mentioning.
Heads and shoulders above pretty much everyone in the Amazon space. He's verified. You know what it means to have that blue tick next to your name? He's verified in the Amazon space across all the social mediums.
So just to give you some context of you, obviously right now in 2026, every man and his dog could just get a blue tick next to the name. But back then, you could only get a blue tick next to your name unless you were verified and you were really successful in your business or your sports or your niche or whatever it was. You can only get that verification, that blue tick. And that was a big thing back then for social proof, because obviously there's loads of, people claiming whatever they're claiming right now. But this blue tick back then in 2020, 2021 was something of high credibility until bloody Meta decided to monetize from it. But that blue tick meant a lot then.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you name it. Okay, awesome. So what was it specifically about the program that attracted you, Justin?
Could you be more specific about what kind of answer you're looking for?
He doesn't even know what to say, because at this point I could tell that he doesn't actually realize, or I was getting the feeling where, like, damn, I'm gonna need to sell this guy. I'm like, why? And this is the thing a lot of closers don't do, man. They're so fixated on like getting to these pain and problems and being this psychologist on the call. We're like, let's not forget, we are salespeople. And the very thing that makes us money, and we've done historically over time, was sell. And most people stop selling. They start bloody, like, they're almost like psychologists on the calls. And this is where I'm figuring out, okay, how much do I need to sell this guy? And because look, I need to sell this guy and making a decision. I need to sell this guy on getting his card out and be like trusting us to actually do business with him. So can you see where, like, I'm mentioning about, like, yeah, we're the best and whatever, but let me show you proof. Like, look, we're verified, and Kevin has been verified for his success on Amazon. And like, I show him and I tell him about the Instagram, the YouTube, the Facebook, and being verified there.
I mean, what was it about the program that you felt that, okay, this is what I need?
I don't really know how to answer that. I'm just jumping straight in. I just it's more on like what I want to do. I want to get into the space, and yeah, you guys were just in the right place at the right time in terms of ad tech,
Okay,
and
cool.
in terms of advertising.
And you're ready to hit the ground. You're ready to hit the ground running.
Look, now I'm like holding him accountable to what he's just said. He was like, "Oh, you guys were in the right place at the right time." Look, this is key over here, guys. So look at what I say. Oh, so you're ready to hit the ground running then. So like, I'm assuming the close. I'm assuming that, you know what, now is it right now. And he justifies it now as well. Like, remember, look at the pause that I had with this guy. Look at the pause that I had with him when he said, like, "Oh, I don't know," and then I didn't say anything because I wanted him to carry on. The silence was what got him to carry on, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I guess like the tech, the ad or whatever, it was in the right place at the right time for him." And now I'm assuming that, you know what, he's ready to hit the ground running because he's just said to me that it was in the right place at the right time. Some of you guys would have got flustered by his answer because he never gave the right answer that you were looking for. But this is honestly, man, it's only after going over my own game tape that I look back at this right now. I was like, damn, I was a pretty good closer. I am still a pretty good closer, but like you guys are gonna see how I take him now from this moment onwards. We're like an awkward. Look, we're still in the first 5 minutes, first 3 minutes of the call. We've had a few awkward moments where he's like, like I just saw an ad and like I just saw you and other competitors and how like me with confidence. I said, so like we don't have no competition, mate. Listen, we're verified in what we're talking about. And it's not only being verified, we have the results as well. We have thousands of testimonies and students, etc., and whatever. And we're only in the first 3 minutes. And look how I've just positioned to him right now. Within the first 3 minutes, you're ready to hit the ground running. He's like, you're probably thinking, well, we'll find out what he's thinking.
Yeah.
You're already hitting the ground running by getting everything set up. So you see.
I now compliment him, and I actually tell him, you're already hitting the ground running from this conversation right now. And what I had him do prior to the call, activate a free trial on one of the softwares.
So we help people start from scratch, literally from scratch. Like you're probably like, you've taken half a step more than the normal people that we bring on. And we help people start an Amazon business from scratch and scale it, but from an 8-figure seller's perspective and their team.
Look at what I've done there. He's a beginner. So look at the language that I used. We help people start from scratch. He can relate from that. Oh, so like people like me. So I'm giving him the language that he can resonate with. But then now I look at what I've just said to him. But we help you start from an 8-figure seller's perspective. It's basically like me telling him, like, if you're a sports person, hey, you're gonna learn how to play football, not from just any other local football coach, but you're gonna have Ronaldo or Messi coaching you. Look at the difference, and look how now I'm like explaining. Pay real close attention. Look, we're still in the first 5 minutes. Did I do any fake report at the beginning? Oh, hello, how you doing? Like sometimes I used to ask them for the crack. Like, oh, where are you dialing in from? Oh, how's the weather there? Like, don't even get me started on what the weather is over here. It's like this, it's like that, whatever. Oh my God, you guys, every time, in my sales calls, in the background of it, there's like, I swear this is a TV or something. Before this, there was like a freaking bathtub there. There used to be random boxes there. And I still close. Like, I'm not recommending this, by the way. Like, you need to have a professional setup. But I was a brokey back then, man. I had to just make do with whatever I can. You know where my sales call started off from? On this couch, man. This couch was where I sat on. Oh my God, man. That was the couch I sat on as a brokey. No, I didn't have money for my own internet in my own house. This was next door to my parents' house. That wasn't even my couch. I never even had a desk. Right now I'm sitting at a desk or whatever. I didn't even have a desk. I used my sister's table, my sister's couch, my brother's laptop, and my parents' Wi-Fi. And then your boy started making 1,000, 2,000 per conversation. But I'm gonna let this roll now so you can see how I sell him.
So we're going to teach you what to do. We're going to show you what we're going to do. We're going to provide you with the mentorship, the coaches, the platform, the resources, everything you need. But we bring in our teams that run our 8-figure stores, and we do like 70% of the work for you whilst you're still in the driving seat and whilst you own the whole business. So the business is yours from day one. And you keep 100% of the profits as well. You just leverage our teams. So what do? We literally do 70-80% of the work. So we do the product research for you. So our teams go out. As soon as you come into the program, you're assigned to our product research team. They go away and do product research exclusively for you. The products that they select for you, they select 3 products for you as well. We find you the products, we list the products for you. So the pictures, descriptions, keywords, all of that. And then we bring in our marketing team and we launch the product onto page 1 for you as well. We teach you all of this, but we actually do a lot of this, well, most of all of this for you as well. Any questions on anything I've said so far?
There's a few points to notice over here as well. So I've given him like a mini spiel we're going to teach you, we're going to coach you, we're going to mentor you. I say all of that. Now, you guys, from what I'm saying over here right now, you could do this on a different B2C offer as well. You just need to make sure the deliverables are in place. So I tell him that we're going to do all of this with you, and we're going to do things for you. We're going to bring in our teams and they're going to dial in things for you. But sometimes, because Kevin had other offers and there were other done for you offers where like there was a profit share or whatever, now I'm doing like like an almost price anchoring stuff as well. Like I probably do it deeper onto the call, but I'm getting him to compare, like, you know, where there's other offers where like the company comes and does all the work for you or most of the work for you and they take a profit share. I'm taking that objection or the objection that's going to come up, you know, later on in his head out. So I'm making him realize that, hey, you're going to get our expertise plugged into your business. We're going to help you launch this business. We're going to find the stuff for you. We're going to give you the resources and we're going to give you our teams and plug this in with you. But the whole business is yours and you keep 100% of the profits. Honestly, guys, go and listen to this on repeat, because that there is what gets them excited. Like, are you kidding me? So are you serious? Like, you're going to help me launch the whole business. You're going to do 80% of the work for me, and it's going to be my business, and I don't pay you any of my profits. So there's not a profit share. This was unheard of at that time. And that's how we made this irresistible offer as well. But I'm going to let it roll. Because look at what I've also done as well. I've given him like a 1 minute spiel and I've stopped it. And I was like, look, any questions on anything I've said so far? Just so I've got his attention. Like, look at the call that you realize I made sure he had his camera on, so I could see him paying attention, etc., and whatever. But also, I stopped to see if he's even engaged in what I'm saying and if it makes sense. So, like, I'm not talking for like 20 minutes straight. Like, I'm seeing if I can't see him listening and whatever, or like I want to see I've got any engagement from him, I'm asking a question, like, you know, any question on anything I've said so far.
No, nothing on what you said so far.
Okay, cool. So the first thing that we give you is our masterclass, which is literally our blueprint on.
I never gave me anything. So I just went straight away. I was like, okay, let me just show him what it looks like the moment you get started.
How you can start and grow an Amazon business. Literally step by step, click by click, everything you need to start and grow an Amazon business. You get this masterclass. This is basically Kevin's 8-figure blueprint on how and what he would do if he was to start from scratch and grow an Amazon business.
Pause there. You guys probably have a coaching offer or whatever, or an offer right now where you give them a course as well as the coaching. Look at, like, in essence, all this part is a recorded course on how to start and scale an Amazon business. But look at the way I've explained it. Has anyone noticed I never just said, oh yeah, we're going to give you a course and it's got the classes in there? No, look how sexy and attractive I made it sound. Look at the value that I put on it. I never just said to him, oh, we're going to give you some recorded classes, which most average salespeople would say. No, I said, we're going to give you basically Kevin's 8-figure blueprint, which it is. Kevin's an 8-figure seller on Amazon. And this is his blueprint on how he would start an Amazon business if he was to start from scratch. And step by step, click by click, class by class, he's recorded everything and we can hand that over to you. You're going to have lifetime access to it with lifetime of upgrades. And all they're getting is a course that's updated every single year. Look at how I've promoted it and how I've sold it. Just that alone has increased the value of it. So it's not about just, you know, just pointing out like, oh yeah, here's this book that you get or whatever. But look how much weight I put on the book and what it is.
But from an 8-figure seller's perspective.
Right. Do you have a link?
Do I have a link to what, sorry?
The masterclass?
Yeah, of course. You get it when you sign up.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
You're going to get it when we enroll you into the program. Of course, we're not just going to give it to you for free.
Okay. Yep.
It's part of the program. So the masterclass is literally step by step, click by click. There's step by step videos on everything you need to do to start an Amazon business and then grow it, from literally product research, launching, selecting manufacturers, what to look for in product research, everything. So we give you that masterclass. That's yours. That's like your Amazon Bible to keep for life. You have lifetime access to it with lifetime of updates as well. That's the first thing you get. The second thing that you get for life as well is our lifetime access to our private members community of other coaches and other sellers that basically, if you need any help, support, advice, even years down the line, you've always got a network of, you know, like-minded people and a support community to get in touch with. These two things you get for life. So we're actually not going anywhere. You're going to have our blueprint and our private members community access for life. But let's talk about the program specifically. It's a 12-month program where you're going to get the direct mentorship as well. So you're going to have twice a week calls with an Amazon mentor, an Amazon coach that, you know, you can ask any questions. It's just a live video call just like this twice a week with other Amazon sellers on the call with you as well. You can ask whatever questions that you want on these and get that direct help and support. And then not only that, it's also just so you don't feel like you're on your own as well. There's other Amazon sellers.
Look at the, like, I'm actually preempting objections in the cell of the actual program, where like I'm making him known that, look, these are all the things that you're going to get, but like, oh, am I going to be on my own? Or like, I'm giving him, I'm explaining like the community access and, you know, what it is and how you're going to get help from it. And I'm making the point, but I'm also explaining it as well.
On the absolute same journey as you. They may even be 2, 5, 10 steps ahead of you even, and they may even ask questions on these calls that you probably won't even know or even think of. And this only just improves and speeds up your learning as well, and you can learn off of each other as well. So these are twice a week calls that we host.
How I've sold look at how I've sold. And like, look, some of you guys just read off like, oh, you get a Facebook group or whatever. Look how I sold the Facebook group community. I don't even know if most people have even caught what I've just done there. I've not just said, some of you guys probably would have just said, oh yeah, there's a Facebook community and like there's people in there, you can ask questions or whatever. No, I said, we're going to get lifetime access to our community, our members community, where there's coaches in there. There's people that are 5, 10 steps ahead of you in there that you can connect with and ask questions. They're on the same journey as you, or they've been through the same journey as you. And guess what? Kevin is also in there as well. So that's a community of people that you're going to have direct access to as well. So now I've ticked off the community feel as well. He's not going to feel overwhelmed on his own. There's going to be other people on the same journey as him. Just like you guys on the live over here right now, there's Dilshad, there's Ritik, there's Nahed, there's Kassam, there's Sahil. You guys are like bonding together. You're on the same journey. And these are the same names that I'm seeing on the lives constantly. Meronissa is one of the first people to tune in onto the lives. Now you're on the same journey together with each other. What is that? That makes you guys like, okay, I'm not on my own over here. And that's the community feel that you guys have in the Closers University that I'm doing with this guy on this call. I'm showing him that, look, you're going to have a community of people that are going to be on the same journey as you. But I've not just said, oh, there's community access. Oh, there's a Facebook group. Look how I've explained it so it prevents from any objection coming up.
For 12 months as well. As well as this, you're going to have an accountability manager as well, just to make sure that you're getting things done. A bit like a personal trainer. You're going to check in with them once a week as well. And there's like Telegram chats and all of that as well. Just so, because we're just massive on, you know, our clients' success. And the reason why we have so much success stories as well in the thousands is because we're really big on making sure you guys succeed and you get out of the program what you wish to at the beginning, because we know a lot of people sign up to a lot of courses and gym memberships. And
what I'm doing here, I'm letting him know that, look how big we're on customer service, etc., or whatever, and we have that in place. But look what I'm also doing over here as well, like making him realize that, look, there's so many times where we make these gym memberships and we make the decisions but we don't follow through. Look at what I'm just repeating it over here right now. I'm almost like a coach on this call. And it's not even been 8 minutes, guys. And I've already sold the program. Look how quickly I've explained the program as well. Like at the beginning, I done it within 1 minute as well. But now I'm like breaking every step down.
Whatever, but not everyone sees them through. So we try everything from our side to make sure you get enough support, that accountability, that, you know, the access to the coaches, the resources and everything. So that's like, you know, the support in this is immense. That's the support and everything. And then you also, as well as all of that,
Before I go into that, if you guys are here for the first time, let us know in the comments, you know, where you're at on your journey. If you haven't hit like already, don't be stingy. Make sure you hit like, share this, and subscribe to the Closed University if this is your first time, man, because the source that you're getting over here, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm getting excited all over again. This Closers University masterclass that I've been doing on high ticket closing, honestly, man, I'm like, if if I was starting off on as a brand new rep, I know I'd get to $1 million within a couple of years as a high ticket closer. Just know it. With this knowledge that I'm giving you over here right now, I wish I had someone like this teaching and coaching me on like how to do, what to do. Like I've broken. This is the fourth class. If this is your first class, this is the fourth class of the live masterclass, guys. Go back to class 1. Anyways, I'm gonna let it flow.
you get around the clock access, live chat, email or video call support from our support team. That's around the clock. You get access to our team members over there. Is also any questions, any help, support, advice or knowledge or anything that you need regarding your Amazon business. You've always got someone at the click of a.
Oh man, what happened? I had an anticlimax.
Good. How are you? Well, in the thousands is because we're really big on making sure you guys succeed and you get how to find hot products. We give you a list of 50 hot products as well. We also give you all the templates that you need to reach out, negotiate, and speak to manufacturers as well. So you get all the manufacturer templates. This is all part of the program as well. And then on top of that, you know, we're going to be finding your products. So in terms of the product research, we do that for you. So we find the products for you. Now, when we find the products for you as well, there's 3 products that we're going to find for you to launch. Now, those are exclusive to you.
So look at what I'm doing. I'm not only pointing out what they're going to get, but like I almost, because I know there's certain objections. You know, when you're making points, people are already thinking of objections and questions to ask. So I always used to write them down. So not only am I making the point, but as I'm explaining it, I'm already answering any questions that may come up. So like, you know how I said to him that, oh, we're going to pick out your 3 products. Look at how I explained the methodology behind picking out the 3 products.
We don't share these with anybody. So
it's one of the main questions earlier on in my sales calls as well. Look, man, you do these long and hard enough, you'll realize like all objections, you write them down or any questions that people have. Because one of the main questions that people used to come up with, oh, are you just going to give everybody the same 3 products and that's it? No. So I explained to him that, hey, these 3 products that we're going to give you, this is because I've done my research. These 3 products that we're going to give you, we don't share these with anybody. They are exclusive to you. Now that adds value to what we're doing. And that's what I've just done over here. So I've preempted even that objection that may come up or question.
These products, in the sense that when we do product research as well, it's not as if like, oh, we're like, hey, Justin, we like the look of this pen. Go and sell this pen. And we think it's going to sell, or we think you can make 20, 30% profit on it. Hell no. All our decisions are backed by data and analytics. We already know what it, like we show you as well.
Look at the side of the brain that I'm going at right now. I'm not only doing the emotional side, I'm doing the logical side as well. I said to him, look, all our decisions are basically data driven. They're by data and analytics. So so it's not just any random product that we're giving you. He could just be thinking, oh, they just got on Amazon, because you know, it could be you could just go on Amazon, pick that 3 products, and here you go. No, look at what I've done. I'm now breaking down like how we're giving the products to him as well.
Like there's certain metrics that we look for when we find your products as well, and we shortlist your products. We look at how much search volume is going for that certain product. Then we look at how much revenue is being made from that product. Then the next metric that we look at is how many sellers are actually selling that product. And then we don't stop there. Now we analyze the competition. We look at the weaknesses in their products and the negative reviews that people have left for them products.
Honestly, man, if you guys just look at this game tape, look at these sales calls, and look at the way I'm selling things, and look at the way I'm explaining things, you guys can literally just duplicate this on other B2C offers. Even if you don't have these deliverables dialed in, you can actually dial this in on your offers by speaking to business owners. You can even share this live with them and actually have, you know, business owners model this offer as well, because it's easily doable and it's easily fulfilled as well, but it will sell like hotcakes. Look at the way I'm able to sell this. Look how irresistible I make it sound.
When we get those negative reviews and weaknesses, so when you go to your manufacturer to manufacture your product, we want to have those weaknesses and those negative reviews as strengths in your product. So when you launch your product, it's already head and shoulders above the competition, and now you're able to tap into the revenue that's already being spent on Amazon. Because remember, the money is already being made. These products.
Now, here's a few key points that I've just explained about an Amazon product, and you know, when you're launching it and how to improve it. I've just given him free tips over here as well as me showcasing my knowledge and expertise in the Amazon space as well, and launching a product. And like, he's just getting wowed by the tips that I've just given him, because and that's what in me explaining that, it shows him not only our expertise as well, but what he's gonna get when he signs up.
Products are already being sold. We are tapping into the revenue that's being sold, but we need to stand out from the competition. That's why we use those weaknesses and those negative reviews as strengths in yours. So when your product is manufactured, it's already head and shoulders above the competition. And now you're aiming for that lion's share of the revenue that's already being spent on Amazon. So there's no guessing games here as well. When we give you the product as well, we give you with all the data and analytics and the reasoning behind why we've selected the product. And we break everything down as well, as in our teams have a minimum that they go for as well. They want to be looking for a minimum around about 20 to 30% profit margin. So they show you.
I already know one of the questions that comes up, like, what are the profit margins? How do I know if the product's going to do well or whatever? Look at how I'm breaking it all down. Like, this pitch is actually answering any FAQs or any questions that may come up. I'm already answering all of them in the pitch. So it's more like a little conversation, but also answering any questions that may come up.
Okay, how much you can sell it for, how much profit you can make, and all the numbers and everything as well. That's a bit on product research as well. And if I wanted to go deeper on product research as well, you know, it's we don't look for trending products. Trending products, because trends come and trends go. So we don't focus on trends. We don't focus on seasonal products, because seasonal products, they only sell for 2-3 months, but then, you know, for the rest of the year, you're just blanking for the rest of the year. So we want products that are not only going to sell 1 year from now, 2 years from now, but we want products that are going to sell 5-10 years from now, and they're going to sell all year round as well. So that's just a bit about product research and what we do and how we find products and all of that as well. Once we've done that, we now present the product to you with all the reasoning behind why we selected the product. That's when you move on to the manufacturer stage. You then pick out a manufacturer, whichever one you want. You can pay them directly as well. So we don't make any markup on that. Once you've decided which manufacturer you want to go with, you pay them. That's when you.
Point. The manufacturers or whatever, or like any dealings that you do with them, I'm letting him know that, look, when we put you in touch with them, or when you're going to go to them or whatever, you're not paying us anything like that. That's going directly to them. That's answering another question that came up or comes up, like with the manufacturers, like, am I going to make full profit, or like, am I going to pay more? Because there's some companies out there, if they're getting this book for $10 from the manufacturer, but they're going to charge the client $15. They put their markup. So I just let him know that look, we're not even putting any markup over there as well. It's you're paying it directly to the manufacturer and directly with them. We don't make any money there as well. That's another plus for our program.
You get the products shipped straight to the Amazon warehouse because we're leveraging FBA, fulfillment by Amazon. The products, you don't need to touch them, handle them, or anything. As they're on the way to the
Another objection that kind of came up used to come up like, oh, I don't want to do delivery, I don't want to do this, and I don't want to handle shipment, and I don't want to do any of that. I'm letting them know, hey, look, as soon as you order the products, you're not going to have to go and collect them at the port. You're not going to have to bring them home and then send them to Amazon. We're literally going to arrange all of that for you. You order them from China. As soon as they land in the US, from the US, they go straight to the fulfillment center and they're going to get sent out to the customers. That in itself, there just sells the whole Amazon FBA business model to the T and to the core. And it makes it sound like, oh my God, this is hands off, almost passive.
the Amazon warehouse, we're now getting to work. Our listings department comes into play. They get the pictures, descriptions, keywords, and everything ready for your listing. All you do is drag and drop them into your shell listing. Once you've done that, that's when we bring in our marketing team. We bring in our marketing team and they help you launch your product. We put the marketing strategies in place, whether it's PPC, organic, or whatever. There's 101 of them. We teach you this as well.
Some people could argue, like, is Jabran like over explaining? Like, he's been talking for about 3-4 minutes over here right now. But the crazy thing is, over here on this offer, it was, it was needed because people are looking at Amazon, etc., and whatever, but they weren't fully understanding how they can, build the Amazon business, or like the roadblocks and the stumbling blocks and how we can figure out, because some people just couldn't figure it out. So it was important for me to paint the full picture to them on how they can, because the moment I was explaining this, now look, some people, I'm not going to deny, you'd probably lose some people as well, but there's some people that you were getting there because they were understanding. If you can paint this picture, now they can paint the picture and understand for themselves that, oh, this is what happens and this is how I can see myself making money in this.
Well, but we show you it as well, and we launch your product onto page 1 where it gets the maximum eyeballs. This helps the sales come in, the reviews come in, and all of this naturally and organically helps the product to rank on page 1. And that, in a nutshell, Justin, is the whole business, is the whole program and the plan as well. It's a one-time fee of $9,800, and outside of this, you need around about $5,000 to $6,000 to invest in your products. You don't pay that to us. You pay that directly to your manufacturer and the guys that are going to do your shipping. That covers at least a couple of months of inventory, shipping, taxes, and your marketing budget as well. But that is everything from me. If there's any questions, feel free to fire away.
Yeah. Not miss.
That was that. I literally explained it all. I even look at the way I dropped the price. Look at the way I dropped the price. And I said, I dropped the price, and then they explained a bit towards the end as well. I said, look, because what they pay us was $9,800, but then they also need $5,000 to $6,000 for their products. And I explained why they need it and how they need it.
So much as questions. For the 9,800, that's for the 12-month program, right?
Yeah.
So basically, after the year ends, I think at that point I would have sufficient knowledge to like build up my own.
We're going to make sure you have the sufficient knowledge and you know everything step by step within 8 to 12 weeks.
Sorry. Okay. So maybe on the stage that I'm at, I'm not looking for sales anymore. I'm looking to how can I get started. So, like, does it start with me giving you guys 9,800? How do I sign up? Where do we go from here?
So now I'm getting an idea, like, okay, have I closed him? So it's taking me 15 minutes of like explaining, going back, asking questions and whatever. And he's given me an idea of like, oh, so like, how can I get started straight away? Like, and that was within 15 minutes.
Yeah, literally that. So, but before we do that, Justin, is this in alignment with exactly what
The pullback. I'm pulling back. I'm not coming across needy or whatever. Look, I'm getting him to reaffirm what he's just said. Look at what I say.
Anymore. I'm looking to how can I get started. So, like, does it start with me giving you guys 9,800? How do I sign up? Where do we go from here?
Yeah, literally that. So, but before we do that, Justin, is this in alignment with exactly what you're looking for?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know. Sorry. I guess you don't really know too much about me. I just kind of came out of nowhere. But for me, I used to be a software engineer. Recently, I have quit.
Just met business straight from the beginning of the call. I didn't come across like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, that's a nice haircut. Where you dialing in from? What's that behind you? Oh, you're a Villa supporter. Oh my God, I'm from Birmingham as well. I didn't give any of that because that's what these people are used to from salespeople. I didn't give him any of that. I dive right in. And that's where like he's like, oh, you probably don't even know who I am or whatever. I just come randomly because he literally just came off a random ad onto my call.
My job.
He didn't even know who Kevin was. He was reviewing two other people as well. Look at the confidence I gave him in who we are. And look at the conversation. Look, do you guys remember what he said at the beginning of the call? Or like, yeah, there's a couple of others as well. Like I don't really, yeah, I've seen his videos, but he didn't know much about Kevin.
Job for a lot of reasons, and I was considering going back, but before I want to go back, I want to try this out. Try out Amazon FBA if it can replace my income.
Mhm.
So basically, I have a good amount of spare time and capital to spend on this. So when I hear like 98,100, I'm perfectly fine with that. Maybe for more knowledge, I have about 30,000 that I've given for this learning experience, I guess, or trying to build out this business.
Mhm.
So I think that's well within the ranges of what's needed. And I'm at this point where, yeah, I think I just it's very difficult. Like I've tried to learn it on my own, try to get everything started, but it's just very difficult without someone else to kind of be that support. Um, so yeah, I've already done. I'm not completely new to all of this. I graduated with comp sci and business, so I understand somewhat of the business aspects and I understand product research. So everything makes sense
honestly,
to me.
Justin, we just need you to be coachable. I mean, you don't even need to have.
Look at how I should take control of the call because he could have started talking about his experiences, what he's doing, or whatever. Look what I just said to him. The B2C offer, I know the language. I know what I need of people. What did I say to him? You just need to be coachable. You be Look,
any experience or even any knowledge. We just need you. And that's the main thing. That's the first thing that we look at is this person coachable? Because we're building this business with you and we're going to leave it with you. You know, the business is going to be yours to run after. We're going to help you put everything in place and it's yours to run. Maybe later on, if you want to get a VA for a couple of $100 a month from Philippines, that's an Amazon VA. Of course, you can get them and they can do that, you know, all the admin work for you as in reordering stock and managing the PPC or whatever. But we just need you to be coachable. If you're coachable, you can give this 5 or so hours a week. You know, we can get this off the ground, you know, for you. I mean, you look like a smart individual. Now, you know, I used to work within
look at the compliments I paid him. Look at what I said as well. Like when the business is up and running, I also mentioned that you can hire a VA for $200 to $400 a month because some people don't like even the admin side of the Amazon business. What did I do? I mentioned that, hey, you could, because I knew these are questions that come up afterwards as well, because I knew my product, I knew my industry, I knew my ICP, I knew the questions that they come up. I've done all that research. I now mention that, hey, you can also hire a VA as well, because I know some people don't like admin. I've said all of that to him as well. And I've also complimented him as well. Like, you're a smart guy.
You know, recruiting software engineers. So I know you guys are very knowledgeable.
Look how I related myself to him as well. I said to him, because he said I'm an engineer or whatever. What did I say? I now gave him something. Look, he started smiling as well, started laughing. I told him that I should recruit software engineers. So I know you guys are smart. And I'm telling him all of that as well. And now all of a sudden, rapport's being built. Yeah, midway through the call. Not what most people do. It was rapport was built throughout.
Did you do front end or back end or full stack?
Now I'm showing him, hey, I know about engineers and software engineers and what they do. Like, this is their language that I'm talking about.
Or how was it?
I was in data.
Okay.
So I was working for a startup, so actually I was everything, full stack, front end, back end, and the data side. So even DevOps actually at one point too.
Okay.
So that was fun.
Everything.
Yeah, I've been maybe a bit. I got burnt out from work.
Imagine.
It was just because, as you can imagine, like I'm telling you, I'm doing everything, right?
Yeah.
And I just realized, like, I don't know if this is exactly what I want to be doing, working like 60 hours. The pay was really good, like no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, I know about the pay, but it's a lot of work, and especially if you're doing all of that. That bloody hell, that's like 5 roles.
Yeah, it was.
Now making him realize, oh, what the hell, man, you were overworked. And you were paid for only 1 role, but you're doing 5 roles, or making him realize of his current situation. Some people don't even realize the situation that they're in. Some people don't even know, like, the hole that they're in. I'm making him realize of that situation. Some people don't even know that they're in a situation. So you have to remind them of the situation and show them the situation that they're in and where they could be.
So yeah, I just took some time off. I've been out for a couple of years, just trying to like coast it down. But you know, this kind of idea of passive income, right? Like just making money without having to work. So leveraging all these tools as well. So I kind of want to get into this. I'm really interested. Yeah.
Well, you know what, Justin? You know, I'm ready to enroll you. Like I just said, just be coachable. Just be coachable.
Just assume the close. I'm ready to enroll you. And look at now what I'm saying. I still love doing this. Like I'm acting like the sales coach. I'm the coach to him.
And don't try to rush anything. Like, we've got everything in place. Everything in place. You can take your time with this. We're not going to pressure you as in you need to hurry up and do this and whatever. There's a steady structural plan to everything. We can hit the ground running with you literally from data. Well, you've done many of the start of things anyway. Now we're going to give you a literal track to run on.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, cool. So the next steps are, if you go to your text message, I've just sent you the link to get started, and then I'll just get your onboarding set up.
Look at that. Literally within 20 minutes, I've closed him. Now the rest of the call is basically him just trying to make payment, as you can see.
Yeah. You just need to fill that in. Once you've done that, I can send you all your links. I'm Jabran. Aaron is the VP.
So there you go. He's got the welcome email. Boom, done. Just talking him through it. Now I'm just getting him ready for onboarding.
I have signed it.
There you go. You signed the agreement as well. So not only has he made payment, he signed the agreement. I'm just checking my email to see I've got everything. I'm done. But look, I closed him within 20 minutes. He was closed ready to make payment within 19 and a half minutes. And it was from a brand new. You should
get an email from me right now.
That was literally from a brand new person that saw an ad, a cold person that I brought into the space. I interacted with them prior to the call. I went back and forth with them on messages. Then when they came onto the call, I presented myself as the professional. It was called sellocation as well. I was selling them with knowledge, expertise, and I gave them confidence in what it was that we were doing. Of course, he was financially qualified. He mentioned at some point as well, like during the call, when he was ready to get started, that he had $30,000. Now, I could have sold our $30,000 package to him as well, but I knew he was a 9-to-5er. And I knew that this offer that we've got right now for 10K is more than enough for what he needs, because he's got the time and he's got the money. So I didn't go for the biggest package. Just so you know, we had packages that were 20 grand, 25 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand and above. I could have sold them to him. and those were done for you as well. But I knew this guy had time, he had money, so why was I gonna get him to pay even more money? I was like, I'd rather you use that for your products. But look, that's because I wasn't a ruthless closer. I was, as you guys have saw from this call over here right now, I was more of a conversational closer. I'd speak to them, and I did do good selling on the call as well. And I explained the package and the program in detail, and I showed them how it makes sense for them. But look, guys, I just wanted to keep this call, this live call, not too, what's it called? You know, too long. But I wanted to show you, like, you know, how I would close someone on a sales call. Look, if you guys have found any value here today, make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, share this with somebody that you know that's in the journey, on this journey as well. Like, honestly, from the appointment setting masterclass, from the high ticket closing masterclass, people have gone through these trainings and honestly earn life-changing money. They've transformed their careers just through this not free knowledge that you guys see online over here. If you guys have found any knowledge from this as well, share this with your friends, share this with your communities. You don't know, there's probably someone dying, like, you know, praying for something like this. They're dying every single day in shitty jobs, that they want a breakthrough. High ticket sales is that breakthrough and is that ticket out, man. I'm gonna love you and leave all of you guys. Thank you so much for being the students that you are, and